Hey everybody, it's Lo from the 50 somethings. Bo asked me to give just a quick rundown of what I do inside on move days, and today is move day in a nutshell because I've already done most of it. Day prior, I'll put a pretty good clean on it. Just, we have two dogs, so the dirt and the hair just accumulates and it does it quickly. So I'll do a preliminary clean day before, and then morning of, it's just sweeping probably about 3 or 4 more times and putting everything up. And everything has its place when we go to move. So let me see here. So as far as the counter goes, I keep empty space in all my cupboards. So my knife block, my spoons and all that good stuff, they all go underneath there. Dog bed goes up on my desk, along with some picture frames that set loose on the sides. Everything that's going gets put right here. And I know it's a mess right now, but I still have coffee to make before I put my coffee pot up. In the bathroom, anything that normally sits on the counter just goes right into the sink. Bed gets made because when we get to wherever we're going, yeah, and I won't turn on the light because somebody's in here napping. But I like to have at least a semi-fresh made bed before we crawl into it after a long day of travel. Alright, and if you're wondering why the awful blankets are on my sofa, it's because it's been muddy here and somebody does not respect human space. I always fill up my coffee pot right before he does the reservoir. I'll fill it up, and that way I can use that to rinse the sink, because obviously we don't travel with the coffee maker on the counter. We get up a little bit early on move days. I think we got up about 6:30. I like to have 1 cup of coffee before I start doing anything. I make our drinks, our lunch, and as soon as I'm done here, I will holler at Bo. We'll pull the slides in, and then probably we'll walk the girls so that we can put them straight into the truck. We hook it up and go. When I'm done here, I make sure all my cabinets are latched. I just use ties or rubber bands around them. My refrigerator is latched. I make sure the vent in the bathroom is closed. All the lights are off. Bo turns the AC and the heat off through his phone. Try and have yourself a list. A lot of people write it down, but I'm really not. I need to write it down, but apparently I'm lazy too, as well as forgetful. I'm going to do a last sweep, and we're going to get this place buttoned up.
Okay, move day, first day of our trip. And I don't know about you guys, but every time I do a move day, I do a walk around on my rig. And honestly guys, I'm from the aviation industry. These screws come loose, so I always check those. I do what's called a PMS, preventative maintenance service. And what that does basically is I get a visual inspection of my rig, and if anything jumps out, I'll address it, especially my running gear. Okay, one of the things I do is I get under here after all my long trips, and I will inspect the welds of all my mounting hardware for my suspension, to include my leaf springs for cracks. And today I found one of my shock mounts is loose. First time in almost a year that I've seen that. And I also found that one of my bolts holding my brackets for my shock is loose. You can see right here, I can move that shock. I can't move that one. Whoops. I cannot move this one. You can also see there's been some rubbing there. I do that after every long trip. good rule of thumb is, if you don't know the torque on something, is to take it till it stops turning and take it a quarter to a half a turn. Depending on the size of the hardware, it really doesn't matter, because that would be what's called a wrench arc torque, and typically that's gonna be sufficient. But you do need to check them. Like I said, I have checked that these shock mounts on a regular basis, and this is the first time I've noticed that one has come loose. Check these outriggers. This is an outrigger. They run all the way down the length of the rig, welded at the base and bolted on at the floor of your rig itself. When you look at everything enough and you start seeing things that are out of the norm, you'll catch it really quick. Even if you're not 100% sure of what you're looking at, you'll start seeing things that don't look like they did the last time. And I'm not doing this detailed inspection where I'm spending a lot of time. I'm just walking around and I'm looking for something to jump out at me, something that doesn't look normal. Now, that is something that I learned in the military. We call them dailies, or preventative maintenance inspections. Just like this right here, I got a little seal coming out. I'll address that at the next site that we're at. Just put your hands on everything, make sure everything's secure, you got the straps on that you want. And that's all it is. You'd be surprised how easy it is to miss these little things, and all you have to do is jump down. No different than I'm looking at my gear over there, and honestly I'm just looking for something that's dropped down, or maybe something that stands out, and looking for my leaf springs to smile at me. So it is something that I do every time. Well, case in point, I forgot my grill sitting over here. I gotta put it. Okay, another one of the things I do is I'll turn on my trailer TPMS system and let it go ahead and start booting up, so I get an idea of my pressures and I need to fill them up. The truck has its own system, but I did put one on the left and rear back one also. And believe it or not, on this system they're within a pound of each other. So I'll give that a few minutes and I'll continue on. I open up all my outside storage doors and just give a quick look at my electrical compartment. And by having these doors open, honestly, it just makes you look inside. And if you store everything the same way every time, you pretty much are going to see if anything sticks out. Kind of like I just missed my grill that I used 2 nights ago, and now it's back in place. So it's just a quick method of double checking everything. There are plenty of checklists available online that you can use to check both your tow vehicle and your rig itself. I check the main points. Everything's put away, everything's disconnected, lights work, brakes work, and my tire pressures are good to go. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Like and subscribe if you would. Leave some comments. Tell me what are some of the things you check on your rig.